Welcome to this short video on the new features in Filr 5 and how to upgrade. My name is Robin Redgrave. I'm a solutions consultant based out of the UK. First of all, let's just go through what's new in Filr 5. The back end has been updated, the various components there have been, for instance, we're running on SLES 15 SP4 now, but the three main new features are all for Filr Advanced. First of all, we've got DLP, what we're calling static DLP. This allows an administrator or defined administrator, which can be defined per net folder, to specify DLP options on an individual file or indeed on the whole net folder. Currently, we only have the option to disable sharing externally, but that will be extended in the future. Next feature we've got is file versioning. This is something we only have for personal storage at the moment, but up to 10 file versions can be maintained. So as you edit a file and save the new version, then the old version is maintained. As a user, you've got rights to promote an old version and bring that up to be the current version. You can only access the versioning options from within the web interface at the moment. From the mobile interface and the desktop, they're version aware, but they only work with the current version. The last new feature we have is multi-factor authentication for external users. So now when you share an item with an external user, they can receive an SMS one-time password or email one-time password in order to access that item. So you've got an extra layer of security there. Just so you're aware, you do need an additional Filr license for a Power external user, but just to make it clear that existing external users that aren't using multi-factor authentication remain free of charge. Let's just go through the upgrading process. Upgrading is only supported from the latest versions of Filr, so 4311 or 4312. If you're on a previous version of 4, then you need to patch it up to the latest level using the online update options, or indeed going against an SMT server if you're running that. If you're running a previous version than 4, so something like Filr 3, you'll need to upgrade to Filr 4 first. So there is a YouTube video, just go and search for upgrade from Filr 3 on YouTube and you'll find it, which takes you through that process. Just as an aside, for those of you that aren't on the latest version, I would strongly recommend that you regularly patch your Filr environment to stay at the latest version. Not only do you get new features, but you also get the security fixes. So in preparation for moving up to Filr 5, remove any snapshots from your existing Filr 4 environment and do that for all appliances. You need to download your Filr 5 appliances, which you'll find on the SLD, and then deploy them in just the same way that you deployed the Filr 4 appliances. Just be aware that you may need to adjust memory and indeed the number of processors there, and check that you're on the correct network. Then the actual Filr upgrade, power down your existing Filr appliances. When you power those down, take down your web appliances first and then your search and database appliances. And then for each appliance, copy the data disk. That's the second disk that you've got, the VA storage disk, and then add it to the new Filr 5 appliance. Add a new VAR disk to that appliance as well. And then you just need to power up that appliance. Make sure you don't power up the old appliance because this new one will be coming up on the same IP address, so you don't want to get a conflict of addresses there. If you have a large clustered install, then first upgrade the search and the database appliances, and then finally the web appliance at the end. When you bring them up, you'll be prompted for the VA admin and root password, and then just wait for that to come up. The first time that you bring up the web appliance, it may take a little bit longer because it's got to go through and extend the database for you. After upgrading, All you need to do is just log into the VA admin page. That's the one on port 9443. Set up online updates. As I said, I would strongly recommend that you do that and regularly patch the system. You may need to modify the JVM memory. The default RAM is now 20 gigabytes. So previously it was 16. So your JVM, I think most probably will be set to about 9 gigabytes. If you're using 20 gig, update it to about 60% of the total, so let's say 12 gigabytes there. You also need to go into the SLD, download your Filr 5 license, and then add that to each web appliance and then do a reconfigure. If you want to have more information on how to do this, then again there's a YouTube video. Just go and search for upgrade from Filr 4 and you should find that. Thank you very much for listening to this video. I hope you found it useful.